Got ourselves Young gonna be first up as a fire mage, burning the midnight flame. Are we gonna have Olphus really duel him first? Again, a bit of a deja vu here. We got some business. Look at some business over in the arena. We got Sensei on the standby, ready to go. We got Scoodle on the back, and Kama. We got Digiflex kind of AFK and out in the open. Looks like Olphus already got burned up by Young. Got himself that. Was that a blink or was that just a bash? I'm not even sure, but Young didn't really go anywhere. Got himself pretty big blaze. Gonna be a resonator tricking onto Olphus. Looks like Young is gonna be walking out of it, or maybe that was Olphus' resonator. Hard to tell whose resonator it may be. Olphus trying to see if he can continue just burning the damage into Young. Does go for a quick restun in the Shadow Meld. Young may have to ice block this here, try to use the shields in order to survive the pressure out of the Feral. Looks like he's been able to survive the bleeds quite well. Olphus back in the bear from trying to give himself a little bit of recovery. It's going to be immediate interrupt on that cooldown reduction. Young, it does get himself a counter race proc and try to use the shields in order to reduce the damage second, but the ice block is going to be forced out. Does gotta come out of the ice block really early in comparison. And Olphus tried to see if he may be able to get himself a better position versus Young. Just absolutely get blasted by the Fire Mage, looking to get himself a bit of recovery. Young tried to stay aggressive with the mobility. No longer has Ice Block, no longer has Cauterized. Next time Olphus has any kind of major cooldowns, he could potentially set Young over the edge. Stunned by the Feral, Young can't really do much. Has a trick and he wants to escape out of this one. And this way, the dots are still doing work. The auto text is still going through the wall too, which is super unfortunate. Breath of the Olphus. Does Young have himself a go? It looks like he doesn't set up for a Ring of Frost, but he's just going to Fireball instead. Got himself a Blink that's going to give him a bit of a shield. Does he have any more shields to follow? Got himself that Soul Shape to try to see if he can escape Olphus. Try to steal whatever buffs he can from him. But Young got a healthy amount of bleeds. Is this man just dead to the dots? I think it might be over. Shit, the power. Does he get himself a shield last second potentially? Oh, I think he might be able to. Yes, he does. Looks like the dots did kind of fall off. Olphus burned a Berserk. I'm not really sure if he meant to Berserk earlier or not. Combustion out of Young. Does have survivability here. Definitely needs himself shields. Ult the jump for a second. Does give him a lot of health to work with. Oh! He took down Olphus and he got himself seat pod. Unless Soulrider takes down the seat pod, he's going to be able to come back. Looks like he's letting it happen. Nice honorable bow. He wants to give him a bit of an honor duel, letting him at least come back. I don't think he's going to let him recover completely, but at least he's going to let him come back and play the game. Just letting him use the cheat death, letting him bask in his victory, not going to take it out before it even starts. So that's about as honorable as you can really get. I'm not even lying. That's actually about as honorable. That's pretty good. It's a 5v5 1v1 duel. You don't have to let the other person recover in health entirely. Gonna be Young, trying to see if he can escape Solaris as he's swapping out to that. I don't know if he normally plays Venthyr, but he is Necrolord this time. The pet joins in, could slay the demon, denying Young a lot of the damage, 40%, up to 40% damage reduction. And that's gonna be that. Brand onto Young, potentially big damage. Shifted power for Young is gonna get interrupted immediately. Solaris knows exactly what to interrupt versus Young. He knows he can't give him that cooldown reduction. That's going to help him a ton. Gonna be big poly onto Solaris. Does have himself. The Resonator is going to explode on him. Fleshcat is getting interrupted. Young, unable to really get much damage value out. Needs to give himself combustion, but I think the Ivy might actually get him. I think Solaris is playing the I-Beam lag out. I think he's later playing the Darkglare Legendary, so has a chance to potentially go for I-Beam spam back to back. Could be nuts. Darkness down for Solaris, trying to get himself a little bit of value. Did pick up the Demon Soul, just tried to stay in darkness. That's going to be a blur on top of it, trying to reduce the damage as much as humanly possible. Big IBM versus Young, trying to see if he can charge over. That's going to be a couple of Care Strikes and taking him out. Solaris does end up picking up a kill, a Demon Soul right then and there for him. Looks like we lost one over for the team too. I'm not really sure who we lost. I think it was Sensei. We got DJ over here, we got Scuttle, we got Business in the back, and I think it was Sensei that we lost. Sensei didn't get a chance to play, did he? But DJ is going to be first up. 6% dampener. 6 minutes into the duel. Solaris jumping up on the mount, trying to see if he might be able to use that in order to keep himself alive. I think the Demon Soul just expired. So Solaris no longer has the 20% damage increase. Does put himself out in the open with that rush, and DJ goes for a kill shot. There's only so much you can really do in that situation, man. So did such a good job there, boys. That was really good. That's really good. I am actually very, very happy to see that he gave that mage a bit of an honor duel. Very, very happy. See if I can literally go to sleep. He's like, oh, it's Survival Hunter? I'm asleep, dude. I'm asleep. Dude, Flake's trying to take a nap with him. That's going to be Nova. See him with the steel trap. It's going to be ultra time onto GG. Feign death immediately. And Seabuck trying to see if he can blast him out with RK missiles. This duel is going to have to end really, really quickly for both of them. Because DJ, he kind of likes prolonged duels, sort of kind, because of the dots. But for Seawork, he doesn't want to give DJ any kind of advantage. Just chasing up the man with the shifted power. Just trying to blast him with whatever damage he's got. DJ kind of lowish on health too. Getting there. Turtle Shell's available. Good feign death if he wants to. Ultra for Seawork does get hit with a freeze. That's going to be freeze of his own. Just absolutely blocks the ice trap instead. Just trying to stay aggressive. Kill shots coming through over Seawork. Does get himself in Invis as well as Images. It's going to be a harpoon for a second with a flare down to get himself out, to get him out of the Invises. And I think Seawork just left. Yeah, Seawork just left. He's like, okay. Maybe Seawork played that one too aggressively. Maybe he's like, you know what? I'm gonna ice block and hope I get him. Go again next time. Chicago with a big chain harvest versus GJ Flex does it with Sunder. GJ does find himself kind of low. Ellie Blast as the Feign Death comes out, reducing, denying any of that Ellie Blast damage trap around the corner. Maybe the Earth Elemental might be able to eat some of those. It looks like Chicago is kind of tussling over there with a Raptor for DJ. As long as Chicago is kind of standing next to the Earth Elemental, the Earth Elemental could potentially eat one of the traps. Looks like it barely ate one. It barely ate that freezing trap. DJ just tried to see if he can maybe get himself around the pillar. His pet is getting attacked. Uses the pet taunt in order to make sure that the Earth Elemental is not hitting DJ, but rather hitting the pet. This way, DJ may be able to, I think, just keep the Earth Elemental at bay. I think it's the whole point. Is going to taunt it back in, separating the Earth Elemental in Chicago. So actually, that's not a bad idea. By taunting the pet, you separate the Shaman and the Earth Elemental. You have better control where the Earth Elemental is at. It's actually a really good move when you think about it. But it's going to be DJ just trying to see if he can maybe find himself an escape from Chicago. Chicago eating kill shots back to back. Eagles flying. DJ comes up plenty of damage. It's going to be big. Ellie Blast. It's going to be a steel totem. Oh, trying to see if he can get out of the capacitor. It's going to burn a trinket for it, but still can't escape out of the static totem. The Ghost Raptors is still on him. Steel trap onto the Earth Elemental. Looks like all the participate, but DJ just dies to the dots. I guess he just had no health left. So Scuttle going to be up next. Big Shade Harvest by Chicago looking for the recovery. Has a wall in case they need to. Sunder onto Scuttle. But Chicago just trying to find himself a bit of a better setup. Scuttle with full offensives coming through, but that's going to be Chicago absolutely just blasting him out with Scuttle going for the LA blast. Chicago just got to back it up out of there with a wall, generating plenty of Maelstrom behind the pillar. Does not have a trinket anymore. So it could be a tight situation. Freezing trap immediately by Scuttle as he burns a kill shot, which I think removes his dot potential there. Chicago answers back with big blasts. Scuttle might not be able to be living long enough here right now. Feign Death for a second, trying to see if he can escape, but Chicago just zaps him down and lays him down gently. With business, last one left over for the team too. Is he going to be able to return? Is he going to be able to come back for his team? He's the last man standing. He got to burn through Rogue and the Shaman. Big bleeds of Chicago. Chicago does have himself a little bit of defense with the Aegis, but those bleeds are just brutal. There's nothing you can do about it. Unless you got himself a wall, or maybe you're playing Kyrian to pick up or something, there's absolutely nothing you could do. Jerome out in the open, trying to see if he can A with the Feral. Doesn't quite catch him. This is going to be the Feral again in the opener. Trying to see if he maybe can get some bleeds onto Jerome before anything. Trinket out really early for business. Jerome is just trying to see if he can blast him out. He got the Feral low. It's going to be Feral and Bear Form. Definitely needs to go for recovery as best as possible. Jerome smoke bomb in order to deny the clone. That's going to be a flash cap. And Jerome could interrupt it. That's going to be actually business. Breaking himself out of the flash cap early just to get himself, I think, a skull bash through the Rogue. Evasion out for Jerome. Neither of them has a trinket anymore. This could be a tight situation. Actually, does Jerome have a trinket? It might be a bug. That might be a visual bug. I think he does. Bear form, wall, business, gonna hit with a blind. That's gonna be Jerome. Is gonna be able to go for a full resap. If this man got himself that resonator, then it's over. He got Shadow Blades. This is gonna do a lot of damage. Business just had his emergency heal proc. No more Barskin, no more wall. If you got that resonator, it's over. He does have the resonator. He got the kid shot and everything. Sap on top of it. Shadow Blades, Kyrian Burst. I think it's going to be over. Die Witch is hold on. He does have emergency healing, but it's not going to be enough. So close, boys. So close. Wow. Let's go again, dude. I actually did a lot, dude. Jerome on that clean of beauty. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my God. Let's get another one going, boys, yeah?